When it comes to cooking meals, drying clothes, heating water, and my home, nothing beats natural gas from CenterPoint Energy. It's my most affordable energy option. It costs less to use than electricity, propane, and heating oil. So if you already have natural gas, keep it. If you're replacing an appliance, choose it. Natural gas, your best choice. Safe and affordable, rest assured.
For more on the benefits of a natural gas home, visit centerpointenergy.com/natural gas benefits. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
Yeah, Taylor, just talk about your outing in general. I mean, last week you weren't just at your sharpest, but today it just seemed like you got back on track.
Yeah, no doubt. Just felt sharp. Came out there, and obviously, in that time of the game, just want to keep it tied, and obviously huge by Kevin to put a go-ahead home run like that. So just coming to that situation, just obviously filling up the strike zone and trusting the guys behind you, and just felt good out there, and it was just a good Rebs win.
Okay.
Yeah, Taylor. I mean, just as a fellow pitcher, what have you kind of seen from Jackson and some of the maturity he has as a young guy?
Yeah, he's really stepped up. I mean, just he's come in some of the toughest situations too, starting since day one, and just happy for him. And obviously, just a 3-pitch guy that just fills it up, and seems like nothing phases him. And he's been huge for us, and he's going to be huge for us for the rest of the season. So just happy for him, and hope he continues to throw well.
Nick?
Taylor, for you, what's the difference in the mentality between pitching in a tie game and pitching with the lead in the ninth?
Yeah, I would say, it doesn't change too much. With it tied, it's just fired up. And then obviously when we take the lead, just thinking about, in the ninth, it's always huge to get that first guy out. When you're closing a game, just don't even, take a third of the inning away. And so getting that first guy out really helps settle you in the ninth. And it was just huge.
Ben?
Taylor, what was just the reaction in the dugout when Kevin hit that bomb, and seemed like that was a pretty electric moment?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously we're all pulling for Kev, and I was sitting there, and when I come out of after the top of the eighth, just huge to take the lead in the bottom of the eighth. And actually Kev even told me at breakfast, when am I going to hit my first bomb? And so I thought that was pretty ironic and pretty fitting. So really excited for him.
Nick?
Could you tell the difference with the increased crowd today?
Yes, definitely a little bit. Obviously it was beautiful weather, and definitely more so with that 2 strikes on that last guy for the last out. Saw everyone stand up, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen this in a while. So definitely felt it for sure. Nice to see a crowd like that at Swayze for sure.
Any more questions for Broadway? All right, Taylor, all good.
You have a nice night.
Kevin, your last home run was in the regular season finale last year against Louisiana Monroe, man. To get it now, it's been so long. What was it, a relieving thing for you? I mean, what was it like to wait that long for another one?
Yeah, I mean, wasn't too concerned about it. I know they're going to come, not really thinking about it. But yeah, obviously it feels really good to hit one again because it's been a while.
Fair.
Hey, Kevin, Taylor said at breakfast you were talking about home runs and kind of wondered out loud when you were going to hit one. Was it kind of an ironic feeling to hit it today after that conversation?
Yeah, we were just kind of joking around at breakfast. Like, I've been starting to swing it a little better of late. And it's like, when am I going to get one out of here? Hitting a lot of ground balls to get into. Let's get something in the air soon. Saw the wind today. It was like, probably not going to be my day, but we got one.
So did you go up in the eighth hunting homer, or what were you trying to do approach-wise?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to get my best swing off and find a barrel. Thought about bunting, but looked at Clem, and he kind of stared right through me like, you better not bunt here. And glad I decided to swing.
How long have you been facing that sort of shift? Is that kind of new for college, or have you dealt with that most of your life?
I mean, no one really did that in high school, but they've been doing it since my freshman year, and I'm all right with it. I hit the ball the other way a lot more often now. So, I mean, they're all going to even out. Sure, they might take a few away, but I'll get some through the left side.
Ben?
You'd mentioned the contact you've been making, Kevin. When you hit that one, was that more of what you were used to feeling when you were so hot in the fall in the preseason?
Yeah, I've just been a little off the last few weeks, but I mean, that swing right there felt about as good as it could.
What about the response just from the dugout and just the stadium? Did it feel different?
Yeah, it was good to have a crowd back. Obviously, our guys are always fired up for any of us. We've all got each other's back, but it was pretty cool to see a nice shower out there and ride. It's been a long time since we've been able to see that.
Any more questions for Kevin? All right, good to go, Kevin.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Turn your video and mute real quick.
Mike, Kevin getting that home run. I mean, obviously he's been batting a little bit, but just what did you think about his approach, his swing, and then to get it out and the response from the crowd and feeling it like more like normal?
Yeah, he's had a good year. He's had some big hits for us. It just seems, when you sit in the middle of the lineup, you get pitched differently, and he just hasn't got the opportunity to get the ball in the air to the pool side, or he's rolled over a couple balls. But man, he got all of that when we were talking, out after the game on the, before he got on the radio, and to hit it out today. You earned it, and certainly he got all of that one, and to where he hit it to get it out against the wind, pretty special. And of course, to see the crowd react like that was pretty neat. We haven't seen that in a while.
Mike, what'd you think of Taylor's outing?
Terrific. I mean, it's what you want them to do, and in that type of game, and to come in when it's tied, and also to pitch with a 1-run lead. Every pitch is that championship caliber pressure-packed pitch, and he just delivered pitch after pitch, and yes, a couple walks, but the truth are that they're walks where the hitters probably earned them, just did really good jobs. One of the great things, not only does he have tremendous stuff, and he's throwing the ball in the mid 90s, but with 2 different breaking balls, and he's able to locate the ball on both sides of the plate, and he can make it really hard for an offense.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike, I know you saw some of this last year with Jackson, but what have you sort of seen in his development to this point?
Kimbrel?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. He's been the role that he came in today. He's done this several times this year, and has really made a huge difference, and probably hasn't got enough credit. So much. And I'll blame you reporters for it, but so much of the credit always goes to the starter, or goes to the guy that's on the mound at the end. But a lot of times some really key pitches in the middle of the game, and you look at the situation that he comes in today with 1 out, tie score with 2 runners on, and he gets a fly ball to left, and then a strikeout, and he's been terrific. And what you saw today is what he's done several times this year, and just made some, some huge pitches and some big innings in the middle of the game to get us off the field.
Nick?
Mike, it seemed like they were getting a lot of contact on Gunnar in the early innings. Just what did you see from him stuff-wise that he was kind of working through that?
Yeah, and I think, the slider probably wasn't as sharp as it was, but I'll tell you, more than the contact, I think you got to credit them in the sense that they were able to lay off his slider, the slider out of the zone, or the slider low. And I don't necessarily mean balls that were in the dirt, but they just didn't chase the slider out of the zone like hitters have the previous couple weeks, and really made him work. And when he got to 2 strikes, they were able to foul pitches off and foul his fastball off, and really ran his pitch count up. I thought they did a tremendous job today. They weren't as good offensively last night. I thought Doug was a great mix of his curve and his fastball and his slider, and just really kept them off balance. And today was a different day, where they were just again, I'd like to credit them. I want to see the film, but I thought they just did a really outstanding job offensively, and just made him really work for everything.
Ben?
It's the second game in a row, Mike, where the 1 through 5 has been the exact same in the lineup. What do you like about that construction in particular? Did you just like the way it kind of produced?
You know, those guys, you know, have probably been our most consistent guys. I mean, like most lineups, you know, the top to the middle of your lineup. And those, if you look the last, you know, few days, you know, the middle of the lineup, you know, when you count Dunhurst and Elko and Graham, those guys have done a lot of damage. They've got some big hits and multiple hits and drove in runs. Like you would hope that your lineup would. Of course, the guys at the top bench and you know, Gonzalez have been able to get on. You know, just, you know, collectively they've all played well. You know, and you know that's been really good because, you know, without Chatinier in there, that it's a big hole. It's a big hole to fill, and but it's been nice that those guys, you know, starting to really, you know, I think get hot. You know, Dunhurst has arguably, you know, been the hottest hitter from day one. But bench has really come on. Elko's really come on. Big home run by Graham today. You know, Jacob, you know, continues to just consistently, you know, give you, you know, good at bat after good at bat. So it's been pretty good.
Nick?
You touched on the crowd a little bit, but just how valuable is it there in something like the ninth inning when you do have more people cheering Taylor on, kind of helping him out?
Yeah, I don't know what Taylor said about it, but you know, that was neat. And again, we haven't really had that in quite some time. And and I think today was really the first day. You know, last night because of the score, I think we didn't quite have the crowd. It was chilly. It was Friday night, but today was a beautiful day, and you know, a lot of people here. It was a really good game, right? It was. I mean, I think if you're sitting in the stands, it's pretty good entertainment, and you know, and so yeah, you could feel it was different today. Yeah, obviously with the big home run, and you could see, you know, the shower out and right. But I think, you know, throughout the game, you know, they could sense our crowd's awesome. You know, they have a good sense of the game. They can tell when there's big pitches and big plays, and you know, not just when you're on offense. You know, everybody knows when to cheer when, you know, a guy gets a double and clears the bases, but they can tell when there's a big opportunity defensively to, you know, get off the field, and you know, you could feel them today.
Chase?
Yeah, you mentioned bench for a second. He's kind of been doing a little bit of everything. He probably saved a game for you defensively last week. Is that sort of what you envisioned once he, you know, stayed healthy and started playing every day?
Yeah, I mean, you're right, and you know, because we didn't have the success, you know, that we wanted last week, you know, probably not much was, you know, last weekend, you know, not much was said about that. But you know, to be able to, you know, go to play second base and made several good plays, and he goes to center field making diving catches and just diving catches, you know, at second in the infield. Last night he comes in and plays, you know, shortstop and relieves, you know, Jacob, because you know, Jacob has played every pitch of every game up until last night. And so, you know, that, yeah, I think that's what we envisioned, you know, and not usually when you talk about utility, there's a reason that they're utility. They're equipped to play all the positions, but they might not be the best at any one position. He is the best. I mean, he can play center, he can play second, he can play short. I mean, he's an excellent defender wherever you put him, and of course, you know, a really good offensive player. He's done a great job, you know, at the top of the lineup, and you know, being able to give us really good at bats and you know, getting on base and, you know, kind of starting that offense.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, Coach, all good.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.